Hello, my name is Dawn Block with Stamp It Up with Dawn Blogspot. I am coming to you today with this Paper Pumpkin alternative to the March 2018 Paper Pumpkin kit. And I posted this on my blog back on March 22nd. And I also posted it on my Pinterest page, and I had quite a few views and likes on this card, so I figured I would make a video on how I made it. It's called the half cut front card because you can tell it's literally just half cut on the front. So I can show you my measurements, which I did post on my blog, but I will show you how I made it. Okay, we have a piece of the Fresh Florals Designer Series paper, which is actually going away as of May 31st. It is retiring to the new annual catalog. And that is cut at 5 3/8 inches by 1 5/8 inches. And then I do have a piece of Whisper White here, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And a piece of Powder Pink, 8 1/2 by 11, which I will show you how I cut that. So those are the only pieces that I used outside of the Paper Pumpkin kit. I did use all these little wood embellishments. I used 3 of the little leaves, and then 1 of the large leaves, and then 3 of the little double flowers, I guess you could call them, little doodads. And then I did use 2 of the large leaves, which I have a lot of these large leaves left. I need to do some more alternatives with those leaves, and then 2 of the pinks and 1 of the yellow, which is what we'll use from the kit. And of course the What a Beautiful Friendship We've Grown stamp, which we will use, the photopolymer. Mine's got a little dyed pink on there because I did use this as a class already. Most of my girls made this at our alternative class a couple weeks ago. So first of all, I'm going to show you how I cut the half cut front. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and these 2 pieces here. And I'm going to bring in my paper cutter here. Make sure you can see the measurements here. So we've got 8 1/2 by 11, and we're gonna cut it at 4 1/4. And we're gonna slice that down the middle. Then we're gonna score it at 5 1/2. So this is your average base, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So after we've done that, you want to make it vertically on your paper trimmer here, and we're going to set it right at the 2 1/2 mark here. We're going to set it right there at the 2 1/2, and we are going to bring our slicer blade at the 5 1/2 mark on this part of the ruler, which you rarely use, but for this card we will use this part here. I'm going to stand up so I can make sure I can see that. There we go. So we're going to place that right there, and we are going to slice upward. Okay, and then we're going to turn it back vertical again, and we're going to set it over here at the 5 1/2 mark. And we're going to bring our blade to the 2 1/2 mark. And then we're going to cut upwards. This will give us our little piece that we don't need right here. So I'm going to take that off. And that is it for our base. I'll set that back over here. So then we have our base here, and you just fold it in half and use our bone folder, get a nice crease right there. Then we're going to take that piece of Designer Series paper, and we're going to glue that, glue that right to the bottom part. Again, I like to use the green glue because it does get a better hold. So I always put some in the centers. There we go. And I think I'm going to turn it this way so this flower shows up more because we're covering the top part of it. So one reason why I like the green glue, because I have just a little bit of time for movement. So I know I can get it nice and straight. There we go. And it dries pretty quick, so just a few little pushes and it's good to go. Okay, then we're going to take this piece here, and we're going to, our 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to stamp our wording. And I'm actually using the Early Espresso spot that came with the kit. Just figured it'd be easier to use what came with the kit. I do have the bigger one, but it actually needs to be refilled. I need to buy a refill for it from the Stampin' Up! Store. Their product is my favorite, obviously. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I should have said that earlier. So I do use this product exclusively because I feel like it's the best. So I've got that nice and inked up, and I'm going to stamp it right up here in the corner. Nice and straight. Push down evenly. Beautiful. Perfect. All right. Set that off to the side here. And then we have our little daubles on the top there. We'll have to adhere. We could do that after, actually. First, let's glue this down. I'm going to put some glue on the corners. Through the middle. There we go. And we'll glue that right to the inside of the card there. There we go. Then, next step, this didn't get a really nice fold on it. There we go. That's better. Next step are these flowers. We are going to glue each one of these down first. We've got this one on this side, this one over here. So, first of all, you don't want to put adhesive on the top part of this leaf because it's going to be overhanging the card, and you don't want any glue on the inside here. So you have to be careful on where you're going to put your adhesive. So we're going to make sure we keep it right down here on the bottom part. And what I did too is I just lined up each corner of the leaf with that line of the card and adhered that down. And then this one I actually turned this way because it really didn't look right that way. So I turned it and almost made it upside down. It's kind of, can't really tell, but that's what I did. So here we're just going to do the little bottom, that part, and then this big leaf and the stem. So just a little bit right there, here, and there. And we're going to adhere that right there. Okay. Then we're going to adhere these three flowers, and I actually used dimensionals from that big sheet of dimensionals we got. I actually already went through almost 3/4 of it. I sliced that part off because I used it up. So we are going to see where you want your flowers and how you want them placed, because it really doesn't matter with the pink ones. This one I think I did a little bit on the vertical side, so I made that like that. So, but you want to be careful on these and make sure you put the dimensional towards the bottom, just one of them towards the bottom. And let's take the backing off of that, and you want to keep it towards the bottom because we want to be able to sneak in these wood pieces towards the top. So let's take both of these at the same time so we have our placement right where we want it. Make sure we keep it down. Move that about right there. That looks good. Oh, looks like I forgot to trim that part. It looks like I trimmed that on my original card because you don't even see it. Yeah. I didn't even notice that I did that. So just cut that piece off there so it doesn't show up through the bottom. This one looks cute because it's like a little extra leaf, but that was like a stem. It looks kind of funny. Okay, so let's adhere our two pink flowers here. So about there and there. Looks good, I think. Right there and there. And then our yellow one. So I just realized that I actually had this up a little bit higher. So when you do glue yours down, just go a little bit higher on there. And that's probably why my stem was sticking out on this one. I think it still looks cute. And once we put our wood embellishments on there, probably won't even notice. Okay, so now we're going to stick in our little wood embellishments and see how I mean. It's got a little space in between there, so we're just going to tuck them right into there. And when we do that, we want to just stick a little bit of glue, green glue, on the back and on the front of that bottom tail, because we don't want adhesive to stick out right there. So we're going to just tuck it down in there like that. There we go, right like that. And then just hold on to that for a second so the glue dries. And then we're going to do the same over here with this one. However, this one obviously is on that leaf, so we can adhere the whole back on this one. Just stick a little bit of glue on the whole back of that one and tuck her in over here, her cute little spot. And then this guy is going to go over here, so we can put glue on the back of her. Tuck her in over here. There we go. There's cute little wood embellishments. I haven't really used them a whole lot until Paper Pumpkin. I've learned a lot about them. So this one, we're just going to stick a little bit of glue on that stem. And here too, we're going to make sure we're tucking that into there so we don't see any of the glue. There we go. So we're tucking it and moving it around, see where I like it. Again, that's what's nice about the green glue. You got a little bit of time to fidget. Make sure you got it where you want it. There we go. Alrighty, looking good. And then we're going to dab our little bit of glue on our little daubers up here. And we're going to stick them kind of right in line with the word friendship so it's centered. And pop your first one down and kind of just go off of that one. And just go like a little bit of a, like a quarter of an inch close to each other. Keep that nice and straight. A little dauber. Don't need much with this green glue. And just a little daub like that and it'll hold down. It is really strong glue. Okay, so that is our card for our Paper Pumpkin alternative. Super cute idea to use out those wood embellishments and a bunch of the little flowers. And I hope you enjoyed that. Keep an eye on my blog, and I will be posting soon of the April Paper Pumpkin Kit, which we did just recently get a sneak peek of that. If you check out my Facebook page, I do have it in the comments, so it wasn't a total loss for some people that don't want to see it. So keep an eye on my stuff, and I will be happy to show you more, as whatever you want to see. Alrighty, thank you.